folks, we are live here at Supreme Courts in Guntersville, Alabama for another great matchup brought to you by HycheHoops. Number 1 in 6A Cullman, your defending state champion, taking on number 1 Ramsay from 5A. They were a state title contender last year and ended up being the state runner-up. I'm Bart Hyche along with my partner Jason Yarbrough, my teammate, a.k.a. Big Dub, and we're happy to be here tonight to bring you this great matchup. We should be in for an interesting game, pretty physical, don't you think?
I would think so. Cullman, with the chaos effect and all, they're going to be ready to go. I know they got 9 games under their belt. Ramsay, you got some guys coming off football. Perennial 5A power, you know they're going to be aggressive as well. So.
Well, let's get into that a little bit, because you know both of us, we played football, and that was a transition for you your senior year coming out. You know, is there anything to that, basketball being different than football? Is there football shape, basketball shape? Explain that a little bit as a player.
It's 2 different kinds of shape. So you go, you know, it's so fast twitch, you know, in football. You know, you turn it on for 5 seconds and it's off.
Yes.
And in basketball, that adjustment always took me 2 or 3 games. And
it used to take me on Christmas.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So it's a definite adjustment for sure. So.
It is an adjustment. So let's talk about style of play a little bit. Would you say that these 2 teams are similar in what aspects are they similar in, and how are they different as well?
I think aggression. You know, both of them have really good bases of aggression. You know, Ramsay, they're more of I think a half-court team than Cullman. But Cullman's going to press you, get after you, but both teams can execute in the half court offensively. So I think they'll both adjust well. So I'm anxious to see, you know, kind of like last game we did, who punches who in the mouth. So.
Well, and this is, like you mentioned, the first game for Ramsay where they've had their full arsenal. They won the state championship Friday night. Football has really come on at Ramsay, and it just kind of bleeds over into basketball as well. Typically been a basketball school, I would say, but Ramsay feels like they've got something to prove. They played in that state championship game last year, and we'll talk about Carrington Kill a little bit. He's a superstar, number 4 for Ramsay. Got a very unfortunate 2 technical fouls. One was definitely questionable. I'll let you get into that later in your referee talk.
I'll be glad to, Bart.
But Carrington had 16 points in that. Probably 4 minutes to go in the half, and then he's all of a sudden out of the game. It changes. The league goes on a run the second half, and the guards are just too much. Ramsay feels like this is their year. They are on a mission. What can people expect from this team tonight and throughout the year as they try to get that going?
I was watching them play in July at Birmingham, and I watched them play Plainview and Robbie's team. They, to me, them, Pinson, and a couple other teams were the best teams I saw. You know, you could tell they were clicking on all cylinders. Tez and some of these guys they didn't have last year, they're big pluses for them. So.
They are, and the physicality tonight, Jason, I think, you know, for people that don't realize, there is a high level of physicality that goes on in Alabama high school basketball now. And these are probably, I would say, 2 of the hardest playing, most physical, best rebounding teams in the entire state. Could I make that argument?
I think that's a great argument. Well, both teams are well coached, and the standard's set in practice with both these coaches. I know Denton, I know Stu, and these teams will be ready to play tonight for sure.
I think they will be. As you see Cullman right now, we've got Cullman working through their, looks like the old Mountain Brook practice jerseys coming out. Coach Stu has always embraced where they came from. And so, but let's talk about that culture a little bit of what you see at Huntsville High School, you know, what you've seen at Mountain Brook. Now you see at Cullman with this style. Why does it continue to fit, and why does it continue to work?
I think it's the approach. You know, the Bucky tree goes a long way. You know, they're starting to spread out, you know, but I think it truly comes down to how a program's cultivated, from the youth programs up into the junior highs and the JV teams, and you know the practice setting. That's a huge thing. You know, that's where it starts. So, and you see it from Stu, you see it from Christian, you see it from all these guys that learned up from Bucky. So.
They did, and you know, Bucky, as we talk about, you know, he's having success at Stanford now. As we see the referees arriving, Ramsay warming up as well. We're going to go to a break here in about a minute, but before we do, Jason, how important is this? We talked about it with other people, but Robbie Coker will join us at the half, is our plan coach at Plainview, and we're going to ask him the same question. how important is this becoming to have these neutral site games and let's get them on TV and let's talk some good basketball where everybody can watch? It's important, isn't it?
I think it's very important. You know, you're going to have some teams in this area that may not know a Ramsay. You know, they might be familiar with Cullman, but, you know, Ramsay's probably going to be there in the end.
Probably so.
That can give these people a chance to look forward. Hey, I'm going to go watch Ramsay when they make it to the Final Four. So I think that's big, though. These neutral sites game, what Hyde does here, I think it's going to be something that happens for years to come.
I think so too, and we at HycheHoops are going to be here to cover it. We're going to cover games here. We're going to cover games all over the state, and it's just getting started right now. But we thank you for joining us tonight. When you can see us, it will be on my Facebook on Bart Hyche. It will also be on HycheHoops on YouTube. It'll be on WOTM TV on all affiliates. We're getting ready to go. We're about 5 minutes away. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about some players to watch and some hints later on. This is HycheHoops live from Guntersville at Supreme Courts. Hey folks, we have about 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the warm-up period, and then we'll have our starting lineups. We'll go through those a little bit. But, you know, Jason, this is, you know, I don't think a lot of people were really expecting, or were they? I think we kind of were, but Cullman is kind of reloaded. They've got a couple of new faces, some of the same ones, but you know, these kids look a little bit taller, some of the younger ones. They look a little bit bigger than they did last year. They're missing a couple of key parts in Gambrell and Tucker, the point guard. But I just really don't even see much of a difference.
I think their size, you know, I know they got a transfer from Fairview that's got some size to him. The Eccles kid's about 6'5". He's a matchup problem. And then, you know, you got DeRoe, you know, that played major minutes last year at a 6A program in Birmingham at Homewood. So
it's going to be fun to watch. And speaking of players and players to watch, we'll get into our players to watch now. And players to watch will be brought to you this evening by DMS Color. DMS Color, you saw the logo a minute ago. They are out of Birmingham, a digital print company. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But Ramsay, Carrington Keel is as good as advertised. Left-handed, long, strong, extremely talented in the open court. Great rebounder. He'll be a problem for Cullman. They'll have to find a way to handle him. And Jalen Jones, the little point guard, he was going to Montevallo, decommitted in basketball, may play football now. He's a multi-sport athlete, and you can see the strength in the picture. And Jason, tell us about DMS Color's Cullman players to watch.
First, you got Garrison Sharp, senior with experience, coming off that state championship last year. Garrison's a do-it-all guard, can shoot it, distribute it. He's kind of that guy that's going to pick up full, you know, and make it go defensively. You got Colton, Jimmy Eccles, young kid, matchup problem, good size, can shoot the three. He is a big key getting downhill and getting into the paint for Cullman.
Well, Jason, those are our players to watch tonight, brought to you by DMS Color, a digital print partner that can supply all of your needs. Call DMS Color or go to dmscolor.com. And so now we will get into our referees. Jason, would you like to introduce the referees this evening, Jason?
I would not, no.
I'm going to give you one more chance to make it up to him from last week. Would you like to introduce the referees, Jason?
No, I would not, Bart, but thank you, though. Maybe next time.
I was double portion. I asked you twice. Okay, so same crew. Darren Howell, the softball pitching phenom from back in the day, the lefty. Jordan Craddock and Derek Glover, experienced crew back here at Supreme Courts. The people are in the house. We have got all kinds of action coming your way. We were 30 seconds away from your starting lineups this evening. It's a little more quaint this evening to me because I feel like we've been here before, partner. What do you think?
Well, we have. Like 3 weeks ago.
It was 3 weeks ago. That's 4 weeks ago.
They do look familiar now, but...
Whoa, you're paying attention to a referee.
No, not really.
You just paid attention to it, folks. We have a first. Jason Yarbrough has paid attention to the referees. And all these coaches, you see Denton Johnson, he'll be paying attention to him. We just think Denton Johnson is one of the special young coaches in this state of Alabama, Jason. He has done amazing things at this program.
Absolutely. Denton is definitely a program builder.
He is from Scottsboro, and like we talked about, as we obviously hear the PA in the background, but Denton Johnson, his teams play hard and smart. That's what I've really learned about them. They can switch defenses. They can take care of the basketball. They know what a good shot is and what a bad shot is. And, he doesn't do it with a lot of screaming and yelling. He's a milder-mannered personality coach, but gets his point across. How's he able to do that so well, you think?
I think it all comes down to, like you were saying, communication. Some kids, they're going to take instruction different. Today's kids, the yelling thing don't go as far, as opposed to you and I growing up, the yelling coach was more predominant.
If somebody would have been nice to me like a coach, I don't know what I would have done. As we see Brickboy TV in the house tonight, taking some great pictures. Follow Brickboy on Instagram. So starting lineup for Ramsay tonight, it will be number 4, Carrington Keel, the senior. Number 0, Jaden Williams, folks. If you don't know him, you might after tonight. He is turning some serious heads in the state of Alabama. Holds an offer from UAB, if I'm not mistaken. Number 2, Jalen Jones, the floor general, does everything well. He guards, he distributes, but the best thing about Jalen Jones is KYP. He understands that, Jason. He understands and he knows his personnel. After Jalen Jones, we'll have QB Reese, and I just saw my old AAU teammate Quentin Reese, played at Auburn, great basketball player, sitting behind us. I hadn't made that connection, man, so we'll have to shout out to Quentin after the game. And number 3, Montez Dunson, who might be the glue and the X factor for that Ramsay team. What do you think about that starting lineup?
I think that starting lineup has a lot of different kind of looks. Defensively, they're going to be as good as anybody.
I agree.
Tez is a kid that can really pick you up full court and be a pest for sure.
He can, and we actually didn't have him on the initial. I had forgotten to put him on the roster, and that would have been a big mistake because Tez is a key component. So for Cullman, Jason, it's number 15, Garrison Sharp. His father is the basketball coach at Wallace State in Hanceville. He's a senior. He's a UAH commit. Number 5, Jake DeRoe. Sophomore, Jason mentioned, transferred from Homewood. He has been a very big impact player for Cullman so far, averaging about 15 points a game. And Sam Duskin, he's my guy. He's the guy that does everything right for Cullman. All the little things, he'll point the ball on a lot of different pressures and presses. And then number 1, Nate Zills, the senior, gets the start tonight as Coach Stu electing to bring Colton Eccles off of the bench. I asked him about that before the game, and he said it's kind of a defensive matchup more so than offense to start the game out with a defensive tendency because he's got 2 guys that are point guys on the pressure, and so he doesn't want to get them both tired out, and he likes Eccles coming off for offense.
Well, you can kind of see how the game's going and plug him. He's a guy that plays in multiple spots for you, so that's a luxury.
Well, here we go. HycheHoops underway early in a physical play right off the gate as DeRoe takes it to the lane. A lot of length in there. First offensive rebound for Cullman. Wow. Physical already. As you see, both rebounds go up and are contested, Jason.
Coleman, they're going after it. Anytime a shot goes up, you've got 4 guys headed that way. So it's going to be a physical game for sure.
Well, does that show you something that the first 2 shots taken by Cullman, all rebounded by Cullman, so now they get 3 chances this first time. Athletic move by DeRoe. He couldn't get it to go. 4 loose balls, and there goes Sharp. He's comfortable playing here. Nice little floater.
Nice same-foot finish for Sharp right there, but that was the 5th shot in that possession, so.
Jaden Williams, as we mentioned, getting to his spot a little long on the shot, and there's Duskin, the do-all everything guy for Cullman. Pass inside. Bearcats turn it over, and here comes Jalen Jones. Such a heady point guard. Love the way he plays. Over to Williams. Back to Jones. Ramsay being patient. There's Jones with a great pitch. That's one of those plays maybe a little out of kilter from football. The play's a little bit faster. That's usually a good pass from Jalen.
Yeah, that feel will come with time right there.
Yeah, Ramsay just
play through it.
Ramsay got 3 or 4 guys that do play football. Won a state championship, as we mentioned, Friday evening. Big deal. The excellent downtown Birmingham school. Great academics. Great discipline.
One and done for Ramsay right there, Bart.
One and done, and then there's a pitch. A little nerves a little bit as Carrington Keel. You see the length of Keel coming from one side of the basket to go chase down that rebound. Oh my, he just dribbled that between his legs.
Sure did.
Great shot fake, wow. K. Oh. Charge, that's what they do. How do they get so many of those charges? That's Garrison Sharp.
I think they see the play developing, and they're taught to get there. That's something they work on a day-to-day basis.
How important to taking a charge is anticipation?
It's half the battle, for sure.
It's at least half the battle, if not more sometimes.
For sure.
You don't have to be the most athletic or quickest to anticipate and get in the right spot. Now here's Duskin. Great jump stop pitch over to DeRoe. That's in rhythm. Duskin to DeRoe for 3. Coming up 5-0. Excuse me. Yes, 5-0.
It's a good pitch right there. You got to knock that one down just like he did.
So what we talked about, and you'll see, we'll talk about it in HycheHoops Hints, those haymakers. The good basketball plays could have been an illegal on Reese there. And Jalen Jones showing how his handle's improved in the offseason. And there's QB Reese. He's a matchup problem every night. Right now, Ramsay a little off, trying to get the feel. First game is all their guns here. And with all their guns here. And it's taken them a minute, but defensively, Ramsay looks normal. You know, it's the offense to where I'm seeing, you know, that might be a little bit behind. There's Garrison Sharp.
Yeah, that was a good defensive possession for Ramsay right there. Cullman definitely made him work for it.
Jalen Jones with the push, coast to coast, gets the bucket, and look at the little point guard doing it all. Misses, but there's Keel. And that's going to be off of Cullman. Ramsay ball, loose ball for Ramsay. How important are out-unders in this game, Jason? Both these coaches like to score in the special teams of basketball, if you will. There's you see the replay of Jalen Jones with a great drive.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, out-unders right here, they're big time important in a game of this magnitude. You got to look at it as a lost possession if you don't score it or you turn it over.
Couple of turnovers early for Ramsay. We have the Ramsay cheerleaders here tonight, as you hear the cheering in the background. Ramsay going full court man pressure. And there's Eccles in the game, averaging 16 points and 8 rebounds, and just lost the handle on that one. And here's Keel, and here's where he's so good. Great, easy pitch to your teammate. Can Reese go after that rebound? So here's Ramsay, guarding in the back court in the Darren Howell right there on the whistle. Glad these folks came out tonight in the stormy weather. It was a tough day today.
Yeah, it was rough travels.
It's worth it.
It is.
It's worth it for HycheHoops.
So, boy, right here you got Cullman that has already subbed multiple times. I think Ramsay's went once, maybe twice to the bench. So Let's see if that's a factor later on.
Yeah, we get in our first timeout. We'll talk about some of those Hyche hints. That could be one of them. Hint, hint. We have a new segment for you tonight that we can't wait to tell you about. Big Dub's smiling. You're going to like it. It'll be coming out of the half, and we will have Coach Robbie Coker on with us at halftime, talking a little basketball as he plays, I think, both these teams, right?
That's what Luke was saying. He stopped by earlier.
Luke Smith, star of the game, had a 40-piece first game here. And
so they got Baylor out of Chattanooga tomorrow, and then Cullman Friday, and then Ramsay next week. So
action-packed week for the Bears. Cameron Ruffin, sophomore, eyes the free throw. Missed the first, made the second. So important to make those free throws. Here's why. You get to set up your pressure over and over and over. Those free throws are the best time to set up your pressure because everything's not moving so fast.
You're going to see that every time Ramsay finishes at the foul line, they're definitely going to be pressing.
100%, I agree with that. And here comes DeRoe, Homewood transfer. Good-looking sophomore. Father was a really good player. All right, Ramsay has to be happy with this start, though, and I think it's defensively. Cullman's had a couple of open looks, hadn't been able to knock them down. Might have been an opportunity for Cullman to get this lead out a little bit. There's an offensive foul on junior Zedrick Powell. Good defense that time by Case Nixon of Cullman.
Yeah, Case is going to keep that defensive pressure turned up. That's what he does for his team here.
DeRoe. Now bringing it up at the point. They got a couple of different guys that can play the point. Does Cullman. Is Ramsay still in that patented man-to-man help defense, high hands on closeout pressure. Ramsay's really guarding in the half court, Jason, and there's a take and a drive and a miss, and there's a loose ball. But Ramsay's half-court defense, Jason Yarbrough, is extremely impressive right now. They're long, they're fast, they're strong.
They're making you earn it right now. And two, they're cutting down drives to the basket, but like Cullman getting in there right there, the shot was a fully contested, and I expect to see the same.
Montez Dunson over to Keel. There's Carrington Keel. Patented Ramsay weave motion. This is a dead. Anytime the ball's picked up, look at that help. What great help. You got three Cullman guys. That is just great help defense right there. Constantly applying pressure. Travel.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing, Bart, is every dribble is being contested on both ends. There's no easy dribbles here tonight on either side.
Well, it's why these teams play for state championships. It's why Mississippi State is all of a sudden coming out and people are talking about them, because they guard people. Yep. And the guys play hard and they rebound. If you do those things every night, no matter what class you play in, no matter what college, high school, wherever, if you guard people and rebound and make your free throws, you're going to have a chance to win.
Well, think of this process, all right? So if you contest the dribble, all right, next you contest the pass or the catch, and then you contest at the basket, you're going to have good defensive possession.
Jason, I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction that Cullman's going to have a problem tonight keeping Jalen Jones wherever he wants to go. That time, Denton Johnson allowed him to not have a back pass and just beat it. Well, when you do that, you've automatically got numbers. And that's just putting a lot of trust in your point guard right there. And he made a great drive and got fouled.
Well, he's a seasoned point guard for his team here. He definitely takes care of the ball the way you want a point guard to do so.
He does, and he's just so quick and strong. I thought Montevallo got a steal. Haven't seen him play football. I bet that is something to watch.
I don't know what position. He looks like he could play a few spots.
Yeah, he could play for me. And the Ramsay pressure right now. It's a good job right there by Cagle. Cagle with a nice jump stop lefty floater. Saw a lot of that last year in the state championship game.
That's his game. That's his game right there, Bart. He's a bigger kid that can handle the ball, get to his spots. Really strong finisher.
Jalen Jones, again, just beat 3 Cullman guys and finished over them. And this is his first game. There's Eccles. There's DeRoe. Might have gotten away with a walk. There's Sharp. The length of Carrington Kill, and here's Ramsay doing what they do, outrunning, and there's a basket for Zedric Powell. So right now, the haymakers are coming from Ramsay. Oh, and that was that was one you might have wanted to give that one up. I know Jaden Williams is wanting to get involved, but might have wanted to give that one up with a trailing Carrington Kill. But Carrington Kill coming off the back, I mean, just coming out of nowhere, especially on the break.
He covers a lot of ground for sure with his size.
Ramsay leading by 2.
Sleeky smooth.
Here early. Duskin over to Cagle. Oh, great shot fake. Get to your left and finish right at the rim, forcing the defender to have no play defensively. Excellent, excellent drive by Cagle. I love how he attacked the front of that rim. It's hard to block that shot.
He covered 22 feet in one dribble. Young kids out there, that's how you do it.
Is how you do it. But it was the first step after the shot fake. He just almost was in the lane with that first left step after he got back to his triple threat. Great pass by Carrington Kill, and a nice finish by Cameron Ruffin, and another steal by Ramsay. Coleman's having problems with his pressure. Carrington Kill might have gotten away with a walk, and now Ramsay is up 4, and they are bringing their own type of chaos to this game. The road. Pace is definitely picking up, Jason. This is what we thought we would see. And I think this pace favors Ramsay.
Right now, for sure. I just let's look at the conditioning here for Ramsay.
And you'll see Denton Johnson talked about this a little bit, that he was going to run some time. He's going to run some clock and let his guys rest. So right here, up 2. I love the move. Get the last shot or close to it, and hopefully go in with the lead at the end of the first quarter.
Well, think of this, too. Look who's not on the floor for you. So Jalen, he's getting a break right here.
That'd be big.
Yeah,
3.3 left. Denton Johnson's going to use a timeout. That might be an ill-advised shot there by Carrington Kill, wanting to get the feel. But him being a senior, I trust my senior. He's going to make that shot more often than he's not. So right now we're at a timeout. 30 seconds.
Look back at that possession right there, Bart. All right, so you got Jalen. He's out of the game right there. You got a late possession in the quarter. You pretty much have to go to Carrington Kill right there.
And to your point, Jason, we will bring you Hyche hints after the quarter. I have just been informed by our media czar, Jake Marshall of Eagle Productions, that Hyche hints is coming right after the quarter. So it's 14-13 Cullman right now. And we will take a quick break and we'll be right back. HycheHoops. Okay, folks, we're going to go right into Hyche's Hints at the end of this first quarter as Cullman leads by 1. Hyche's Hints is brought to you tonight by Apex Dental. Apex Dental is in Madison, serving Huntsville. Dr. Patrick English and his staff do a great job taking care of the community. As Hyche's Hints, as you see, brought to you by Apex Dental. Let's see how they've been doing so far, because you know those hints are probably correct. Up for Ramsay. Finished plays. They've been finishing some plays at the rim. Will be important all night. The transition is everything. So far, it's been okay. Will they be able to transition into basketball from football as the game progresses and win the half court? Right now, it's an even game, and I would say that Ramsay has to be happy. They possibly have won the half court. For Cullman, pace your chaos. Don't let it get too sporadic to where you get yourself tired as you tire the other team out. Dominate the glass. That's a big staple in Cullman. And land the haymakers like those jump stop pitches off turnovers. You got to knock down those threes. Those are Hyche's Hints brought to you by Apex Dental. Cullman with their patented up the line man-to-man defense. Ramsay attacking. Ooh. Zedrick Powell. It's the deck.
It didn't sound good on the fall there.
That didn't sound good, did it?
Like a knee first?
Knee or a bow? Yep. Or a bow. I'm going bow.
Okay. Yeah, that hurts.
Gets right up there and knocks down the free throw. Zedrick Powell has been active early. High score. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by DMS Color, one of our sponsors. Mossy Oak, as always. Apex Dental. And, of course, HycheHoops. All right, so keeping an eye on the team fouls now. That's pretty even. That's always a big deal in Cullman games. If they can get you into getting tired and fouling, they shoot a lot of free throws. But Ramsay likes to shoot a lot of free throws, too. Attacking the rim. Good pass, and that's a block. Good call. Excellent pass by Garrison Sharp. Great finish. You could tell that Cagle wanted that and one.
Yeah, Garrison took off like a shot right there at half court. Put it down one more time. Drops it off right here for Cagle. Bucket.
I like how you attack with that left hand, too. It was a better angle than going right in. That's the thing, lefties can come from deeper on the baseline because the angle's better from the right side.
That's his game. That's his game. He ran the floor, got rewarded for running.
Cullman constantly bringing that pressure, and that's Jalen Jones's game. That one will go in later in the year, and he'll probably jump stop at that time. Just maybe a little bit of the football.
He's still getting to where he wants to go.
Wherever he wants to go.
And making some good plays.
He's a really good player. I was so impressed with him last year in the state championship. Just did so many things right for his team, and he basically almost carried the team did every. When Carrington Kill went out with the technicals in the second quarter, they were up like 6 or 8, and Jalen Jones battled and just didn't quite have enough. It's one of the guttiest performances I've ever seen in the state championship loss.
He is that guy.
Ramsay going 1-2-2 pressure here now, not the man-to-man. Cullman gets it up, and there's that length. Eccles is having a little bit of problems right now with that length of Ramsay.
Well, you can't float passes against Ramsay.
No.
They're going to come up with it. So you gotta pump that thing and step through.
Oh, and there's a steal. First highlight reel for Jaden Williams on the steal and the finish. And this is Eccles' game right here. When he gets there, it's almost unguardable, but that's his game. You'll see that a lot more. And here comes the little general. That's going up top.
I got a question for you, Bart.
I am ready for an answer. I'm ready and probably have an answer.
Does Jalen Jones play pickup during football season?
Yes.
I was going to answer that.
Yes. That'd be a big one from Sharp, a little off balance, and here's where Kill is so good on the boards, and then they pitch it ahead, and Cullman right now looks a little winded, maybe. They battle sickness,
yes,
said last couple of weeks, and battle injuries as well, so their wind may not be there as well as we sometimes have seen it.
They've had a few runs, Bart. I think both teams are going to continue to play fast, though. That's what they do. Nice square right there.
I love that square. We worked on that. Carrington some this summer. That's the shot he's got to be able to make. If he can face up and make that jump shot, he's going to be very, very, very difficult to guard throughout the course of the season.
Well, with his size and his length.
There's a steal by Williams. Going up high.
Is that his first bucket? That was his first bucket.
It's first or second, but his upside, if Andy Kennedy is impressed, that's enough for me. I don't really need a whole lot more.
I think somebody was telling me they expect him to be about 6'10".
Yeah, well, he may be one of those kids that in 2 years you look up, he's 6'8", 6'9", like an Anthony Davis growth spurt, because you can tell he is long. And then Johnson subbing now. Jalen Jones, somehow the way he finds ways and angles to pass the basketball out of pressure in traffic is amazing to me. QB Reese will meet that pass later in the year. I see it. I see the football. It's just not quite
It's that feel.
there.
It's
a
for the
feel.
game.
Yes.
You know, when you're dribbling, you put it down, it doesn't come back up the way you want it to sometimes. So, in time, that changes.
Sorry if we had some difficulties. We lost some internet in Silicaga from WOTM, but we're back up and running as we've got a bank three. The bank's open on the lake for Case Nixon. That's a big shot right there to give Cullman the lead. And then there you see Case Nixon making a big play defensively to keep the pressure up.
Yeah, the old bank corner three, that's
definitely corner pocket.
That's a unicorn.
Look at Zeal. Nixon again. Pitching it to Bannister. Brody Bannister with a bucket. And now I see this is the key. You can throw multiple bodies at Jalen Jones the whole game. And even those little bursts that you have to make, they add up in the end. You see QB. Good defense that time. Again, it's Nixon. 3 game-winning plays by number 0, the junior for Cullman.
That's what he does, Bart. That's what he does for Cullman. He's going to stick his nose in there and come up with those kind of plays.
Do you think one of the referees would stick their nose, in a play like that? Or is there any?
It's not about them, Bart. It's about these players and coaches.
Yes, it is. Oh, tough. But you gotta love the hustle, man.
Let's get down there too. It's Brody Bannister flying out of bounds for about the second time. Like it.
Do you think they do loose ball drills? Do you think they start out at under the baseline? Did y'all ever do that? Where the coach rolls the ball out and you gotta go do that? We had to do that.
Really?
Rick Stansbury made us do that.
Wow.
Yes. It was awful.
Go Stans.
No comment.
To answer your question with Stu, I'm fairly certain they do some charge. There's no telling.
Wow.
But you're going to have to get on the floor if you play at Cullman.
What's starting to happen, Jason, is Ramsay is exploiting Cullman's lack of length on the defensive rebound. They're pushing this pressure, and that time you get a turnover on the baseline because you can't get it out from back under the goal. Great trap. I love the strategy by Denton Johnson. Guy can coach, man.
Yeah, no doubt there.
And we'll see Jaden Williams, see if he'll get in his bag a little bit. We know this guy here will. Good defense that time by Tweedy. A miss.
Cullman's getting some good looks there.
Both teams have missed a few. Arden Crane with a good rebound. If I'm Ramsay here, I'm going to run something and get a good look. Get a good, poignant look here. Make sure that we make Cullman's defense work a little in the half court.
Let me ask you this, Bart. Do you think you get a better look than that first look that Kill passed up?
If it's him, probably not.
Shoot that ball.
Absolutely.
Shooter.
If I would like to see him post. I would like to see him down maybe on that right block, get something coming back to his left. And he's already got one shot from the elbow. I'd like to see him catch it in there at the elbow. But no, I don't have a problem with that shot at all.
Yeah, he's listening to you right here. He's taking the row down on the block.
Look at the help, though. Great help by Cagle. Another charge. Garrison Sharp is having to work really hard tonight already, Jason, and he's dribbling through this pressure. Wow, they're letting them play tonight.
They sure are.
Here goes Williams. Great defense by Sharp. Here comes Jones. Nice cross. And that's a charge. That's what they do.
How many is that, Bart?
That's 2. Let's see, the scoreboard will show us. Sorry, folks, we do not have stats. We're going to try to get them at halftime.
At least 2. At least 2 for Cullman. Charges.
Oh, charges. I thought you were talking about fouls on Jalen Jones.
No, I think it's probably 3 charges.
I know it's 2. It's about 5 attempted.
Right.
And a hard time getting in. He's got to stay stationary.
Kind of got a playoff feel.
This does starting to have a playoff feel to where every possession matters. Great basketball game so far. Thought it would be. Nice little step through baby Euro by Duro. Great trap here. It's a great way to split a trap right there. Pass fake and then get back. That would be a big shot. That's going to be Cullman ball. Okay, it's 5-point lead now. Inching. Ramsay maybe feeling some fatigue. Jones out of the game now. This could be, you need to keep this thing around the 5-6 range, I would think, if you're Ramsay, right, Jason?
Right. Bart, one thing I think Ramsay's being successful on is that initial pressure. Once Cullman beats that initial pressure, they've been able to score some buckets. So
I agree with that. And they've had a lot of opportunity to score, maybe 2 or 3 more that they haven't, as you see. But I think Ramsay can score around the rim if they can get it down there.
They can.
Ruffin, they've just got to continue to attack. Good-looking shot that time. Look at Carrington Kill's length. Here's where he's so dangerous, folks. Oh, he threw it a little too late, and his teammates stopped running. It's a good idea. Maybe a little too late. Maybe I jinxed him. You got to shoot that one, absolutely, just especially after you think, golly. There's Duskin. Excellent pass. The glue guy, Duskin, Cagle with the finish. And here comes Ramsay. How quick did they get that ball out and up the court?
Very fast.
Then Johnson works on that a lot. We got a minute 20 to go. As you can see, 25-22. Cullman.
2 passes, 1 dribble, bucket for Ramsay.
Big minute right here. And here comes 5 new guys for Ramsay. Going small here to finish the half. Try to get Carrington Kill. Definitely a little extra rest. I'm anxious to see QB Reese get going, Jason. The last year they went to him in a one-on-one setting with that left hand, kind of like Cullman goes to Cagle. I think in the second half you're going to see number 13 get some bump with that. But the issue is you can't make a move because when you catch it in the paint, there's 3 people around you.
Yeah, right now the help side Cullman's providing is making it tough on Ramsay. And just as I say that, Ramsay with a great help side possession.
Yeah, and Colton Eccles, we highlighted him early.
You're not getting any easy baskets against either one of these teams, period. You're going to earn it.
Anxious to see Colton Eccles get started in the second half, see one go in. But the pressure of Ramsay, and here comes Jalen Jones again. A little floor general. Oh, my.
Yeah, that guy right there just can set the table for you. You got to finish that one.
He can, and so Jalen Jones now had a contact issue. But if you notice what Denton Johnson did, he was subbing offense-defense right there. Didn't want to get him another foul. But Ramsay will have the ball as he goes to the locker room to fix his contact right before the half. And there's a post up. Oh, that's a nice up and under move. Every loose ball contested, but that's a pressure turnover right there. You're used to that pressure. You're trying to get rid of it. The length's coming. Ramsay is really doing a good job pressing these misses, or turnovers, or misses. And here comes Jones. I know I'd want him on the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say hand him a patch and mess with that contact at halftime.
Keep playing, young fella. We love the way you play. We like you out there. There he goes again. Oh, great hands that time. For Ramsay, Isaiah Jackson. This could be a huge turn of events. Ramsay with a chance to take the lead. May have numbers go. 22.8 to go. Cullman up 1. Going to halftime. Halftime report brought to you by Mossy Oak Golf. MossyOakGolf.com. Over in West Point, Mississippi. Here comes Jones. Guarded by Nixon, who's had an excellent first half for Cullman. 10 seconds. Had a 5 count. Now it's off. Now it'll probably go about 6 out to offense. They didn't call it. And there's QB Reese down there. And Don't think that will count. So we will go into the half. Ramsay down 1. Jason and I will come back. We'll have our special guest, Robbie Coker, with us at the half. Talk about this game a little bit. Halftime brought to you, as we said, by MossyOakGolf.com. We'll be right back. HycheHoops. Back live here at halftime, folks. Got about 5 minutes to go. Hope you were able to get up and get a snack, get a break during halftime of this great game. Cullman leading 25-24 over Ramsay. We have a special guest with us, Coach Robbie Coker in the house. What's up?
Word special, very loosely.
Very loosely.
Very loose. Not very good with his adjectives tonight.
Well, Coach, how are the Bears doing? We saw y'all here in your opening. I think it was your second game, and you progressed. You played some tough competition. So how are things progressing right now?
I can promise you, I'm enjoying the game tonight more than the last time I was in the Supreme Courts. I can promise you. Woo! The Scottsboro Wildcats were on a mission tonight. Boy, they were good. Bears are doing good. Our team's progressed. We've done a great job. We hadn't lost since that night. We've played some quality teams. Obviously, we got some quality teams coming up. I really believe this group is maturing. I believe we're kind of figuring out our identity. We're having to do some things different.
Yep.
Having to play a little more half court than we're used to playing and using our length more to our advantage. But I really like this team. I think they're doing a good job as the season progresses.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I had talked to Luke earlier, Robbie, and he said y'all were doing well, but he was explaining the schedule that you guys have coming up, and I'm like, oh, man.
You can be doing well and have a losing record. Right? That's what you got to understand. You got to have thick
Right.
You got to have a lot of confidence, or you got to be a little crazy, one or the other. But
Both.
Yeah, and you can be both. But at the end of the day, the state gives us 30 games, man. Let's go enjoy it. Let's go play. Let's go see where we stand, and let's have a good time, man. We want to go into crazy environments. We want to play good teams, and we want these guys to have a great high school experience, and hopefully they certainly will.
Well, we're having some camera difficulties, so I'm going to give y'all a shout-out over here. But we got it under control when we have these issues, man. Ain't nothing to this for us.
My dad always said I had a face for radio. So
that's probably what's happening right here. They got you. We got you blocked out.
Way too close.
So you play both these teams within the next week and a half, I think, or 2 weeks. So what are you seeing from, first off, Cullman in their 9th game and Ramsay just now getting their full arsenal back together?
Yeah, no doubt. They're both crazy good defensively. They play extremely hard. They use their length. They put their hands on you. They use their depth. They don't care if they get in foul trouble or not. They're just going to run another guy in it. They may be just as good, if not better, than the guys they're placing. And then their skill, man. Both teams are whipping that ball around against good defense. Like, you know the deal. Like, they're not playing.
Great point.
They are whipping that ball around. They're playing at an elite pace. And then they're both offensive rebounding. I'll be honest, there won't be a lot of sleep the next 2 nights thinking about this Cullman Bearcat team coming to the Civic Center. And then you go to Ramsay next Thursday. So, no question, our sanity will be challenged.
Before Jason gets his next question, I mean, you are playing them, at your arena. At the
DeKalb County Schools.
The DeKalb County Schools Coliseum. And rumor is it's harder to win there than it is a lot of places. Is that true, Robbie?
Good players make for hard places to play.
Yes, they do.
We've had a lot of good players come through there, Bart. The town cares. The pep band
100%.
takes it up a notch, and we've got little kids running around like crazy, excited about playing basketball. I'm sure it's a tough environment to play in. We hope it is, but unfortunately, there's been teams come in there and leave with a win, and we just got to do what we do, and hopefully try to win a game.
You got one more, Jason?
I expect Robbie and his team to get better as the year goes. I know they got talent. They got a pedigree to win, and they got a pretty good coach too. So,
Hey, not bad. Hey, not bad.
I didn't realize my mom had PayPal.
Lastly, talk about Supreme Courts and and HycheHoops and what's going on with basketball and just what it's doing and why people need to follow this, share it, and continue to pump basketball in Alabama.
First off, I think basketball in our state has never been more relevant.
100% agree.
Never been as talented. There's more kids that can put the ball in the basket and put the ball on the floor than there's ever been in our state. I'm sorry, you two old heads. That's just the truth. And it's because of places like Supreme Court, putting the kids first, bringing in opportunities for great players to get together, challenging our local kids to play competition they've never seen before on a regular basis. And then HycheHoops, the other people that have gotten involved in social media have really done a good job of selling our game in a positive light, giving our kids exposure, and it's just fun to be a part of. I miss the old days when it's standing room only, but it's because of social media and guys like nobody had to drive to see this game. They could see it on YouTube. You guys have made, there may be more people watching this game than there would have been without TV probably.
Absolutely.
But it's hurt the crowds. I still miss the loud noise in the gyms. And I just think that basketball is at an all-time high in their state, and if you're not involved in it, you're surely missing out.
Well, folks, as y'all can see, Robbie Coker joining us. Give everybody a shout-out over there. Coach Coker, we'll be planning on seeing you in Birmingham for sure, hopefully in the state championship.
I love where your head is. That's a long, long way. Let's just get ready for Baylor tomorrow night.
All right, bro. Thank you,
man.
Coach.
See you,
bro.
Appreciate what you guys are doing for high school athletics.
All right.
What a bad official. I know a bad official. I said, am I getting a booking fee for this?
And as always, HycheHoops at Supreme Courts this evening as we start the second half. Great interview with Robbie, and we'll get to our new segment here shortly.
Looking forward to it, Paul. Looking forward to this second half as well.
Like that high double ball screen, getting sharp going downhill. Cullman, dribble drive pitching. Dribble drive, and the spacing is just so good for Cullman. They make you guard until they get what they want. Doesn't go in. Time by Zeals, senior. Ramsay needs to come out and make a little run here. They had opportunities, and there's Reese. We talked about it. Ooh, bad pass. But we talked about it, trying to find Reese on that baseline. It's not a sure pass by Jaden Williams.
Well, like we said earlier, every pass, every dribble, every shot, it's contested, man. I mean, nothing easy here. And I don't expect that to change.
As I don't, Jason, I mean, even that ball coming in. And I think that commends our officials, Darren Howell, Jordan Craddock, and Derek Glover, of what they've done tonight in calling this game and allowing the kids to play. Do you agree, Jason?
No comment.
Jalen Jones out front. And almost had a on DeRoe. Oh, yeah. And they'll go to that matchup, I think. The young sophomore trying to guard Jalen Jones. Difficult that time for DeRoe, but what a great move in a Euro step by Jalen Jones. He's a star, man. He must be really good at football. DeRoe, and there's Kill, and we're staying here.
Yeah, Jalen Jones, he gets to where he's going. It's about as good as any point guard I've seen this year. Doesn't rush it. He plays within himself. Nice OB.
We'll get you a lead. There's the first special team points of the game, and there's one of those football turnovers we talked about. Cullman speeding people up as Garrison Sharp knocked my highlighter out of my hand last year at the state championship game. Heady point guard, shooting guard for Cullman. He's done a good job running his team tonight, Jason. And that's early frustration. I think that may be 3.
We beat Garrison at the spot, but I think they called his hands in right there. Good drive, good defense.
So Ramsay giving a little zone look now, looks like. A little 2-3 action. Cullman going to attack it with a one-guard front. Cullman's hard to zone, but they haven't made a lot of shots tonight. There's an excellent gap dribble drive, and there's Cagle doing what he does, finding the next possession for his team. 3-point Sharp, assist Cagle on the rebound tip.
Second shot's always important. Leading to a 3 for Cullman.
The good thing about doing these games with these good teams is when we make out these sheets with all these people's names on them, if you predict right, you ain't got to do it again. Hey, we got to be efficient. That's what Cullman was right there. Efficient on the offensive rebound. That's a haymaker that we talked about.
That is a haymaker.
There's Reese. Blocked from behind. Might have got hit on the head. It's going to be, Denton Johnson's asking. Darren Howe. Why there was no call there, but how he handled it, loved how he handled it. He didn't yell. He said his piece and went on about coaching his team. So here comes Sharp. This Ramsay pressure hasn't given Cullman any problem in the second half as they've grown the lead and extended it to 4, have the Bearcats. There is Garrison Sharp doing what he does, and he is somewhat taking this game over a little bit. Made 3 or 4 big plays in a row. Got that foul on Jalen Jones, and then 2 big buckets, 5 quick ones for Sharp.
Yeah, Garrison's having a big quarter for Cullman right here. Ramsay, this is a big possession for Ramsay right here.
It is, so where will they go? Try to find that bucket. And Denton Johnson sees the flow is not there. I like that timeout by Coach Johnson, especially his first time he's had all his guys together. Maybe everybody not on the same page.
Well, you got to score right here if you're Ramsay. If you don't answer, Cullman comes down, 2-3 ball. You know, it's getting there towards double figures. So.
Well, we are getting ready for Dubs Nugs. They'll be coming up soon. Dub will drop a nugget on you here and there when it comes to basketball every once in a while. We're looking forward to talking about that and what Dubs Nugs is going to be. Dubs Nugs brought to you by DMS Color tonight and HycheHoops. And it will constantly bring us into the second half and try to help us get toward the end of the game. But so, Jason, let's talk about it a little bit, and we'll get the graphic up in a minute. What are your nuggets right now that you feel like, what's a nugget for each team that you feel like they need to do? With a 6-point lead from Cullman, what are the keys? What's your nugget for Ramsay right now?
Ramsay's got to answer right here offensively. They have to score in the half court. Cullman has come out and really hit them in the mouth the first 2 or 3 minutes right here in this quarter. So Ramsay's got to answer right here.
Dubs Nugs brought to you by HycheHoops, DMS Color. It'll be a segment every time, and Dub is right. They've got to score in this half court. We talked about owning the half court in Hyche's hands. That continues to have to happen, and Cullman is really guarding great back cut. They need a shot to go in. That's the in-between game that Carrington Kill loves so much, but there is a rebound by Eccles. That could get Ramsay going. Colton Eccles just can't get going tonight. He is in the game off the bench. And there's a big three-point shot by Bannister. Doesn't go in, but there's Eccles on the offensive glass, and now he points the ball on the pressure. Pace picking up here in Guntersville.
Eccles turns it over on one end, leads to a Ramsay bucket. He doesn't let it bother him. He comes down and cleans up the mess on the other end. So I like a kid that's going to play through some adversity right here.
And he's done that, and he's grown a couple inches this year. But that time, Montez Dunson, as you talked about, Jason, such a key cog, maybe an X factor for this team, drives the length of the floor, gets the and one call to keep this thing within 4, trying to cut it to 3. Midway.
Yeah, I think the Cullman defender was a little deep there.
I think he was too.
I think he was there. He just, I know there's not a circle, but
the
I
rule,
couldn't see it very good.
Look, I'll just say it out loud. I've heard referees talk about it. The rule is you're supposed to call that. And then referees are not going to call. I'm not saying that was either or, but, you know, it's a basketball play. If you're too far under, you know, how are we supposed to teach the kids to go play at the next level if the rules are not the same?
That's a good question.
You know, and I'm not jumping on anybody or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, like, it is difficult. You know, these referees are in a tough spot sometimes, as you see, talked about earlier. QB Reese.
Well, they're keeping the ball alive at this end. Think about this. Ramsay comes out, that important possession, misses a 3. Cullman rebounds it, turns it over, leads to a dunk for Ramsay. So Ramsay's hanging in.
As you see on that free throw, Apex Dental, our sponsor. Their banner on the back side, the other end from Jalen Jones. Office in Madison, Patrick English, devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile. Call Apex Dental, 256-864-2739. Apex-dental.com. Dr. Patrick English. So Cullman, at first we saw Cullman put the pressure on Ramsay. Now it's kind of teetering to switching to momentum Ramsay. A bucket here would be huge. Where would you go right here if you're Ramsay to get that bucket?
I'm going to Carrington Kill.
I think you got to get him going and get him to the free throw line. He hasn't gotten to the free throw line, and when he's really playing well, he's really aggressive and drawing fouls and, you know, mix in a 3 and then get out in transition. So,
well, he got that easy one a while ago on the dunk shot. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you may want to go to him right here, but this guy right here can go get one as well. So,
just not quite basketball shot ready yet, if you will, and that's the game of Ramsay. 2-point game, Ramsay turning Cullman over again. Here comes Sharp. Handles the pressure okay, and Ramsay now really trying to pressure Cullman. Great pass fake. Ball goes over to Nixon, back to Sharp, and there's another turnover. And here's Kill. We talked about him in the open court. He's so good, and that's going to be goaltending and didn't need to. Probably wasn't going in. But you've got to like the hustle that time by Zills to try to get back and make a play. And there's a timeout. Cullman. That's Ramsay.
So does that tie it up right there?
They will tie that up. It should be 34-34. We're going to take a quick break and let you see how you can be a sponsor. HycheHoops will be right back. 3 minutes to go. Tie game. Gunnersville. All right, folks, we are back. Tie game here. What a setting. Ramsay cheerleaders trying to get it going. And again, out of a timeout, Coach Studeman. Special teams bucket attacking the pressure of Ramsay. Drew a nice one up to get the layup. And Ramsay trying to get back quick. You're going to see this pace really speed up. You can tell that both teams are really wanting to get out. Cullman wanting to tie Ramsay out. Ramsay wanting to force turnovers.
Well, they try the run out right there. Sharp makes a really smart play, staying in between the ball and Carrington Kill.
Totally agree with that.
So they get the ball under their basket again right here. So here we go. OB play again.
OB play. Good pitch. There's DeRoe. Nice jump stop by DeRoe.
Jump stop alert.
Jump stop alert. The first one, great one with the finish we've seen tonight. I like it, DeRoe. That's a way to come through. I like that.
Yeah, we missed Cagle. Cagle on a couple.
We did miss Cagle on jump stop alert. Sorry, folks. It's raining. We'll get better. That would be a big one. No basket. Dunson, but he's not afraid to take the shot. That'll be an extra pass probably. Great steal by DeRoe from Jones. That doesn't happen much, but a turnover, and then there's Ramsay again on the boards. It's Dunson. Great spacing by Cullman on that press break. Duskin. A floater that time by Cagle. A jump stop alert candidate, but a floater, and that's a hustle play, and so Ramsay gets it back with a chance to tie or take the lead. What are you seeing, Doug?
Well, I'm seeing QB Reese make play after play to keep balls alive for Ramsay. So that's about 2 in the last couple minutes that led to Ramsay basket. So that's his job on this Ramsay team. You know, you got your glue guys, your blood and gut players, and that's exactly what he is for this team tonight.
Well, you know, and one thing, too, for I'd always noticed about Denton Johnson teams, he's not afraid to, he's put his point guard. His point guard just got, if you play point guard at Ramsay, you just got to be tough to get open against the pressure. There's no gimmick. There's not running anything. They're just throwing it into their point guard. He handles the pressure. Second half, they've done a pretty decent job. And there's Reese, and they're calling an offensive foul on QB Reese. Maybe still a little football-oriented. This is Dad sitting behind us. Quentin Reese played AAU with me. Great basketball player at West End.
All-American?
At West End.
Was he All-American football player?
High school, I think for sure. But Quentin Reese, son QB, playing physical like his pops. There's Carrington. He gets that in-between game going. He is dangerous, and there is a foul, a quick one on Jalen Jones. Is that 3? I think that's 3. It's definitely not 4. He'd be taking him out. So I think it is 3. But Ramsay doing a good job creating turnovers and getting easy baskets in the second half. Man, they're so quick, Jason. Going after that ball. Sharp handles the pressure. Great jump stop.
Jump stop alert.
Garrison Sharp. Jump stop and pop.
Little floaty.
And there's Williams. We hadn't mentioned his name much. That's going to be a block on Sharp. Bang, bang play. Could have gone either way, but DMS Color is our sponsor tonight. print technology plus expertise. When you combine the latest in print technology and the employees' years of expertise in the industry, you get marketing collateral that stands out and can't be duplicated. Some of the people that use DMS Color, Jason, as we see Jaden Williams shooting the free throw, Sweetwater, 420, Dreamland, Taco Mama, Summer Classics, Milo's, and Haverty's Furniture, among others. If you're a private company and you're looking for someone to do your digital print and all your promotional needs, Digiflow and DMS Color is your company. Check out Digiflow on DMScolor.com. Tough miss right there. Made one, missed one. Ramsay had another chance. Tucker Cagle is doing what he does tonight, man. This second half, he's really started trying to impose his will.
Well, one thing about Tucker, I would like to see some of the other Bearcats do. You're going to have to earn the ball. Every rebound, every possession. Ramsay's coming after. So if you put it out there, don't be surprised if they take it with them. They're right on cue.
Ramsay up 30 seconds to go. The pace is frantic, and there's another turnover. Carrington Kill makes the three, and it's a 4-point lead for Ramsay, just like that. And the pressure's still coming. Eccles. Now Cullman will get a layup here. Can he finish? It's a good foul that time by Jaden Williams. Bang, bang, bang. 4-point lead for Ramsay.
Bart, right here, you can tell the pace. The pace is kind of favoring Ramsay. Cullman turned it over, gave it to him. It led to some easy baskets. Kill hits the three. Looking ahead, how big do you see these free throws being for Cullman and Ramsay as the game finishes out?
I think you'll have a couple of timely offensive rebounds and free throws, because right now what's happening is Cullman's not taking care of the basketball. They took care of the basketball immensely in that run last year to win the state championship. And those passes are loose. Those dribbles are too high against a Ramsay team that is tough, physical, and basically still kind of playing a little bit of football. And tonight the referees are letting them play, which we love. There's no ticky-tack out here. Now, I agree totally, though. Free throws, and there's two missed. Ramsay up 4. And Jones on the attack. Great pitch out for Cullman by Seals, and the basket counts at the end of the quarter. Your score, Ramsay comes back, wins the third quarter by 3, and leads by 2. HycheHoops will be back from Guntersville after this. All right, folks, we are back. Ramsay up 2, starting the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you this evening by Mossy Oak. MossyOakGolf.com. Great golf course in West Point, Mississippi. And here comes Ramsay on the drive. Looking at Keel. Tough pass that time by Powell. Keel is trying to get it going, and Jason, he has scored 8 points in a row on this run, making his presence felt. Ramsay up 5. Jump up and make one, young fella.
Big players make big plays.
Jalen Jones and the athleticism of Ramsay just taking things over.
It's 10 straight.
10 straight points for Carrington Kill. And Ramsay's pressure is giving Cullman all kinds of problems. Like we talked about in the opening, the chaos is not controlled right now for Cullman.
Ramsay's just, they're just keep coming.
They're so good defensively. So long. Look at that help. Look at that dig down in the post, and then everybody getting after the basketball. Ramsay has turned it up. Jason Yarbrough.
Well, let's think about what Coach Coker said at halftime. You know, Ramsay's not worried about fouling. They're going for the ball. If you call fouls, just call them. Well, we'll get somebody else in there. So that's how they play, and that's fine. It's like Nolan Richardson.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of. It does. I played against those systems, and it reminds me of that. But I'll tell you, it really reminds me of the R.C. Hatch teams and Frankie Sullivan teams that they're just never going to quit coming at you. And the length and athleticism most nights is too much. And right now, it's being too much for Cullman. Look at Jalen Jones just forcing his will. Ball knocked out of his hands, and he gets the finish. Cullman's got to find a way to score, Jason. Who's going to make a shot? Jump stop alert. Nice. And that's what Garrison Sharp can do. Just get under control. The problem is they haven't been able to get into the interior because they've turned it over so many times.
Well, it's that initial push and that pressure for Ramsay that's given the fits to Cullman. You know, once Cullman beats it, they've been able to score.
Oh, great look right there. From Carrington Kill, no look pass to Jalen Jones, and the lead is the biggest it has been tonight. 7-point lead, 6 minutes to go. As Jalen Jones will go to the line. I like this for Ramsay with Jones going to the line now. He typically shoots free throws at the end of the game. Hasn't been in that situation to have to make a lot. See one go in at the free throw line, and as a point guard, you always want to go to the line, but you always feel more confident when you've seen one go in. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree totally. This kid right here a while ago, 2 possessions ago, it looked like he had rolled his ankle. He gets up, he's sprinting, limping. He's limping and sprinting.
And hit his head over here by us.
And he's got his tongue out, just smiling. He just loves to play.
I'm going to tell you who he reminds me of, and like I've told anybody who's listening to me do games, he is my male version of a Samaya Steele.
I love that.
He plays. He does everything his team needs to do. He constantly comes at you. KYP knows where to get the ball, and great sub right here, up 9 by Coach Johnson to protect him in foul trouble and also get him a quick blow. He'll probably bring him back, I would say, with 5 minutes based on how this minute goes.
He's right there by his coach, sipping his water. Nice pass.
Good jump stop. Eccles gets to the jump stop, keeps the ball high and able to pass it through the traffic. How does Ramsay handle the Cullman pressure without Jalen Jones?
Yeah, he's not going to sit long.
Yeah, got to bring you back in there. Oh, the Cullman Bearcat crowd is refless, Jason. But refs don't matter. Refs don't matter.
I think he missed that one. Mr. Softball missed that call there. He looks
Sorry,
like
D. Sorry, D. I wasn't down there. He might have had a better view. This is probably going to be a basket here.
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Oh, man.
Go fast.
Didn't get a foul. That's a foul, though. Nate Zeals. Referee's letting them play, though. I love it.
Young kids, be strong with the basketball. Got to be strong with the basketball. Just because you have possession of it now don't mean you're going to have it in 2 seconds.
Not when you're playing against Ramsay.
No.
Oh, that would be look at that shot fake. Great jump stop, and that is a foul. Colton Eccles came down a little bit. Young kids out there, we've started teaching verticality. Colton Eccles right there did a great job of getting vertical, but he put his hands down just a little. That's an easy call for a referee.
Nice take. Nice take right there. Here we are, free throws. Who's going to make them?
So we saw Tucker Cagle miss a couple, and then now we see Jalen Jones miss one. And everything with Jalen Jones tonight, as we mentioned, I think you'll see it get better. He's missing things short. Most everything on the floaters, on just the depth perception. He's been used to catching and running that football and busting heads.
Yeah, he's not gonna miss many.
He's not. He's just the guy. I mean, I thought about that on the way over here today. The Samaya Steele comparison is actually probably some of my better work. Thanks.
I really like that.
There's a gamble there by Reese, and Cagle's going to try to get it over to Duskin, Mr. Glue. Great jump stop by Eccles, just not strong enough with the ball, Jason, like you had said. And there is an easy break for Jalen Jones. The assist starting to add up. Zedric Powell with the bucket. It is a 10-point lead for Ramsay. And it looks like it's going to be a full timeout. As you see the highlight, HycheHoops will be back in just a few minutes. Comes the replay of Jalen Jones with the nice under control pitch for the finish to Powell, and there's a fall down by Cagle. Just the pressure of Ramsay. Almost willing turnovers out of Cullman right now, Jason. Cullman has shown vulnerable against this pressure.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there. I don't know if it was a sweat foul, just a misstep. I don't know, but that was a tough one for Cullman right there.
Okay, Jalen Jones up 10. This is where he's so good making right decisions for his team. There's another one. Keel. Great decision by Duskin. The pressure was coming.
Big shot.
Eccles needs that one, doesn't get it. There's a great, that's what Tucker Cagle does. Explain how he got that rebound, because he was not in position when that ball went up.
He kind of read the shot Eccles took. And kind of decided which path. Do I go inside here or do I go outside? And he chose to go outside. The ball's sitting there waiting on him.
Yeah, knowing your teammate, knowing where they miss, how they miss, is you get a good look at Coach Denton Johnson. So fiery.
Free throw shooting has not been a great thing for Cullman. Still a lot of time left. Down 10. Let's see what happens.
So we've got some perspiration on the floor.
Bart, I want to point something out real quick.
Go right ahead, partner.
You've got probably two of the most aggressive teams in any class getting after it here tonight. There hasn't been any chirping.
No, respect.
Sportsmanship.
Yes, great
both
point.
of these teams. That's a good thing. I don't know if that's pointed out.
That's how you catch the basketball. Jalen Jones went and caught that basketball. He snatched it out of the air like you have to do as a receiver. That would be a big shot for Cullman right there. Case Nixon's made some big plays. Great pass, great shot.
Yeah, Cullman's not going to quit.
Look at this game awareness. Look at this game awareness, Jason Yarbrough. You know how good that is right there? Just bait you, and then just pitch off the jump stop. Jalen Jones. He's getting into his rhythm and game now, Jalen Jones is. And look at Carrington Kill, and look at this outlet pass. Outlet was there, and then there's a foul by Cagle. A little frustration showing. As it'll be 1-1 now. Both teams will be shooting free throws. So, Jason, the free throws, are they going to be the key in this game?
Well, the last 4 minutes, they're definitely going to play a big factor here. You're going to see Ramsay keep the ball in Jones's hands, Kill's hands.
Free throw miss.
Big one.
Everybody's missing free throws tonight. It's a miss party. But yeah, I agree with you. Jalen Jones is the decision-making prowess, and it's gotten better and better throughout the entire game as he's gotten more comfortable back in basketball. Good drive by Sharp there. That guy won't quit.
No. Nobody that plays for Cullman's allowed to quit. So they're going to have to manufacture a run here. So starts right here. You can pick up 2, cut it to 8, get a few stops. You can get right back in it.
But I always pointed it out in Samaya Steele's games, and I'm going to do the same here. Let's watch Jalen Jones here. These next couple of possessions, 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the game. Number 2 for Ramsay. The ball will be in his hands. Does he get it to the right place? Does he get it to the right person? And it looks like right now, actually, Coach Denton Johnson is going to rest him, unless that was his 5th foul. We don't have stats, folks. I'm sorry, but I think that was Jalen Jones' 5th foul, and they're not putting it up on the scoreboard. It has to be. There's no way he'd be out of the game. This game just drastically changed, folks. Drastically changed.
Yes.
I'm sorry we weren't on top of that more. We're kind of flying blind without stats. HycheHoops is going to work on that at some point. Shix, I hope you're listening. Get on that. It's a good take by Montez Dunson, and he may be the guy that you're going to have to see. But I think you'll see Jaden Williams and Carrington Keel handling the ball as well. Keel will probably step back as the senior in this situation and have the ball in his hands a lot. They got to make free throws.
Well, Tez is more than capable. I've watched this kid for years play. He can get downhill. He's definitely a competitor and a capable ball handler. So
makes the free throw there. Well, let me ask you this question, Jason. How important is it, or how difficult is it, I guess, to prepare for and guard a team that has 2 solid lefties like Ramsay? Not a lot of teams have a lot of solid lefties.
Well, you definitely got to look for it in the scout. A lot of people, I ask some young kids that I've coached in the past, do you know this guy's left-handed? Well, he's left-handed, so he's probably going to go left.
Well, that's a great point, Jason. And we're going to go to break real quick. Midway through, 3 minutes 42 to go. Ramsay up 11. Jalen Jones just fouled out. It could get interesting. Give us a shout back after the break. HycheHoops. Well, folks, we're all jacked up. We had some technical difficulties earlier with some internet stuff. I think we got it all worked out finally now, and we'll continue to get better. But we were wrong. Jalen Jones is back in the game. It just was a quick blow. That was his 4th foul. And look at the changing of the defense here, going wide 2-3 or 1-2-2 by Ramsay. You like the call, Jason?
Anytime you go to a timeout right here and show a different look defensively, when Cullman may have drawn something up against a man, throw a little change up.
Excellent. They're looking for Colton Eccles on the post-up. Cagle didn't really like it with the matchup with Keel, and there's Eccles. He's hard to deal with in there. Can score it with either hand on his jump stop. And there's Jalen Jones with the ball handling the pressure. There's Keel. 9-point lead, Jason. When do you start fouling if you're Cullman?
Not too far away here.
I would say
choose to play the foul game.
This is where Jalen Jones is so good, by the way.
Yeah.
He knows where that 5-second count. Watch him look at the referee and see if the referee's counting, and he'll steal about 10 seconds. He did this in the state championship game. Nobody can stay in front of him, so you have to come double him and get it out of his hands.
Running that second defender at him.
And they got a turnover.
That is first turnover of the night.
I think it's his second. He did have one earlier, maybe third. But that timely right there, you don't expect that out of Jalen Jones. Good defense by Cullman to get a hand in. Oh, that's good defense as well by Williams to get a hand on Cagle and affect the shot.
Yeah, you're probably going to start fouling here if you're Cullman.
Look at how Jalen Jones attacks away from the pressure. Oh, man. Cullman's going to score here.
Big pull.
Big shot by Garrison Sharp as to Ramsay. Guys, actually three. Jalen Jones, Jaden Williams, and Carrington Keel all were on the deck that time. Easiest shot Cullman's had all night.
Well, I think Ramsay right now, you've got a minute 57 left. You've got some guys coming from the football field. They've been great, by the way. But
yes.
I think if you're them, you're trying to get out of here with a win. Cullman, they're not going away. They're not going to go away. So big shot by Sharp. Let's see what they do defensively right here.
Well, it was that one stretch to where there was about a 12-0 run or maybe 16-2 run by Ramsay, and Carrington Keel was really, really big during that run. A lot of people thought Cullman, coming in this game would be a small favorite in this game. And I thought this is about what we would see, and then I thought it was, pretty much an even match, and based on who turned it over more and who had that big run, that's who you would see win the game. But you said it earlier, partner, it's free throw time now. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Dustin, Garden Jones, they're just leaving him back here by himself. Throws it to Carrington Keel. Man, that's a lot of confidence in your point guard, ain't it?
It is. What you're going to see, I think, by Cullman.
That's a tough shot. Oh, my.
Got to come up with that one if you're Cullman. You got to see Cullman run a second defender at Jalen Jones.
I think I would agree. Each time he gets it, Montez Dawson with the bucket. Duskin needs that one, and he makes it. They're cutting the lead and inching away in that. Now it's down to 5, and you may get a timeout here out of Ramsay. No, they get out of it. Oh, and they do break that pressure. And that's one thing. Denton Johnson has decided all night that his guys are tough enough to handle double teams and step through them. When you step through or beat the double team, you've always got numbers. That's why you see all these layups for Ramsay.
Well, a strong step through led to a 2-on-1, 2-on-none layup for Ramsay right there. Big shot.
Maybe a little not on balance. And got the rebound. Duskin's going to score it. So it remains a 5-point game. 54.1 to go. We would like to thank our sponsors once more, all of our sponsors, Apex Dental and HycheHoops, and Dubs Nugs. You like the Dubs Nugs, don't you? Well, you give a lot of nuggets, bro. As you see, Sharp on the miss here and the follow-up. And, of course, Mossy Oak, www.mossyoakgolf.com. I'm a member of the sister course, Old Waverly. If you haven't enjoyed the links course that is Mossy Oak, you definitely need to check it out. It is a links golf course. Reminds you of playing golf in Ireland. Beautiful track located outside of West Point, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State golf team. Mossy Oak Nature Golf is a highly acclaimed world-class public golf course that follows the natural contours of the beautiful North Mississippi landscape and preserves the local habitat. MossyOakGolf.com. Check them out. And DMS Color, we'd like to thank DMS for sponsoring tonight, a new sponsor. They do great digital print. Their expertise is unmatched. They understand a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you may also have questions. So when you're ready, let them know. If there's anything they can do to help or would like to start a project, their mission is to help customers succeed by using our innovative print and packaging solutions. And guess what? I just talked to the president, or whatever his title is. 22% discount at DMS Color for your first $500 order. Promo code is 22. Deuce. Of course it is.
Wonder where that came from.
I don't know. Wow, and there is a walk ball on Ramsay. I like what Coach Studeman did with Sharp that time. Gave him a rest. He's not in the game. He goes a defensive group to get a turnover, and it was a walk. That's a good call. Maybe not in that mode yet to just go ahead and get that ball on the floor was Jalen Jones.
Big OB play, big shot,
DeRoe with the miss. Another offensive rebound. There's Seals, and there's the tough hands. You got to get those tough hands in there. Ramsay with plenty of timeouts left. 5-point lead, 30 seconds to go. That's a tough shot. No need, but there's Keel. We talked about the offensive glass, and Carrington has been stellar in the second half. Good call. It's a block.
Yeah, Carrington Keel has made big bucket after big bucket here.
Denton Johnson wanted an offensive foul, and I see his point. It was a little push. Looked like the defender possibly leaning a little. Here, as you see, that's a tough shot, but Carrington Kill just going and getting a rebound and finishing. And here you see it cuts off a little bit. It's a bang-bang either way.
2 big free throws right here to cut it to 5.
You got to keep it to possession for the rest of the time if you're Cullman. Now it's a 6-point lead for Ramsay, 68-62. Garrison Sharp has played really well tonight for Cullman. I maybe like for him to shot it more from the outside. He's played some really good plays. I want everybody that can shoot it to shoot it more, though.
I agree. There's a couple of guys out here that passed up some that you and I would definitely take.
And what was Robbie talking about? Talking about old heads, not me. I don't know what he was talking about. I didn't agree. I just kind of moved on that. Yeah. Come on, Robbie.
I made my first 27 shots today when I got in here.
It's a turnover, and it's Sharp, and he finishes, and there's another timeout by Stu Studeman. This game is what we wanted it to be. 1 possession game, 3-point lead for Ramsay, 18.8 to go. Look at this steal, just an ill-advised pass.
Duskin.
And Duskin just doing what Duskin does. Constantly making plays is 23, and so, okay. If you're Coach Stu Studeman, obviously if you're Denton Johnson, you're going to do, as you see Garrison Sharp there, played so well in the second half, but if you're Coach Stu Studeman here, what's your mindset? Are you one-trapping out? Are you trying to get the ball in and then get the first trap on the pass and jump the pass? When are you going to foul in the course of this?
With 18.8 down 3, if I'm Stu, I'm trapping that first pass, right? Yes. And then seeing if that one's not there, you see where that second trap is, and then you definitely got to foul something. You need a turnover or somebody to be shooting free throws by the 14th second.
I like that. And then you extend the game out and maybe get 3 more possessions out of this. You know, the thing for Cullman right now, until you get it tied or get the lead, the more possessions, the better, right? Sure. It's kind of common sense, but there's a way you have to go about doing that. As you see this crowd, Cullman and Ramsay getting into it. This game's been everything we expected. Number 1 in 6A, trails number 1 in 5A. 2 state title contenders. Ball comes in. First pass not trapped. Ball comes down. Ramsay gets the foul. Williams. Garrison Sharp alertly. You want a highlighter? Garrison Sharp coming over, getting a little punch in the back. Such a great kid. 14 seconds to go. 3-point game. What did you say, Doug? Was that a nug? Did you give him a nug?
That would be a nug.
How much did he say, folks? I think he said 14 seconds. I think that's what I heard.
Big free throws here.
Big free throws by Jaden Williams, the sophomore who grew about 5 inches in the summertime and started to get some notice from people. And this is Cullman's going to have a chance to tie it, folks. Last possession of the game. There's Sharp coming down, trying to draw a foul. Doesn't get it. There's DeRoe. Will they get one off? It's Duskin. It's going to be DeRoe. It's going to be Sharp for the tie. He got it! Sharp with the 3 to tie it, and we're going to overtime in Guntersville. Jason, what'd you see?
I saw a really good possession by Cullman. Got the row right here, dribble handoff, Sharp catch.
Puppy set, shot fake. Kids, shot fake them. Get the hands down or out of the way and make a big shot, and he knew it, didn't he?
He knew it. To have the patience, not really know, well, you kind of know that it's very late in the clock, but to sell that shot fake, gather, get that, that's a big shot right there. Big shot.
We just wanted a big game. We want overtime. We don't have a vested interest in who wins. Look at it again. I thought they were going to run out of time, but DeRoe here, it's just a great time awareness. The sophomore finding the senior. He could have tried to take a shot right there and let it not go in, or he just never panicked.
There was no panic.
No panic.
There was no panic on Cullman's, on their part. Giroux makes the pitch to the senior. The senior does his job, knocks down a big shot for Cullman right here. Looking forward to overtime. 4 minutes. Let's go.
And folks, we've got free basketball. I love it. Wow, what a play by Jalen Jones. Explain what just happened, Dub.
Well, Cullman wins the tip. He gets a little veteran push right there on Garrison and gets the layup. So that's just a veteran play right there for Jalen Jones.
Veteran play as Montez Dunson commits the foul, and I think you're going to see Sharp really try to assert himself as he did. He and Cagle were just stars of stars down the stretch for Cullman. It'll be 2 shots the rest of the way for both teams. First time for Cullman, and you know, he's seen a couple go in now, Jason. That stroke may be feeling pretty good. And when he stays on balance, he makes a lot of shots.
His shot looks really good. He looks very confident here at the foul line.
Shooting 1. There's the make. Cullman still pressing. Into QB Reese. Back to Keel. 6'6" senior bringing it up against pressure. Eccles guarding him. There's Powell. Over to Dunson. To Jalen Jones trying to make a play. Good defense by Garrison Sharp. Boy, those two have gone back and forth all night. You can tell they talk to each other. There's a lot of respect between those two players.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. 2 veteran players. Both guys are going to play at the next level. It's been a really good matchup to watch here.
Jalen Jones surveying. Ball screen coming from Keel, trying to create. There's Dunson. There's a floater, big shot. Degree of difficulty up the charts. What a basketball game this has been, folks. HycheHoops has been proud to bring it to you. And there's Eccles. He hadn't found the range from out there, but look at that tip by Cagle. They're coming after a trap here. Where's Sharp going to go? Excellent play by Sharp. There's Giroux to Duskin. Jump stop to Eccles. Oh, man. The idea was good. The reaction time just not quite there between Cagle and Eccles.
Yeah, that's a tough pass to make at this juncture in the game.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to continue coming across the lane, and he thought, Cagle thought Eccles was going to shoot it, so he was getting position. So just on the same page there, early in the year happens.
Yeah, Eccles is a really good young player for Cullman.
Absolutely.
He's had a tough night, but he's going to be big for Cullman as the year continues to go.
Tough draw here. Oh, great pass by Keel. And QB Reese just has not had his usual finishing capability as we've seen time to time, especially last year. And Garrison Sharp has started to understand that he can get to the free throw line in this double bonus situation, and that's probably the best thing for his team.
Well, I think, he's 9 games in here. Probably the second win's kicking in. He's staying low and taking care of the basketball for Cullman.
Well, he had to switch over, played mostly off the ball last year with Tucker Gamble, the 6A state MVP point guard. But he's had the ball in his hands a lot more tonight, making good decisions, creating, but make no mistake, we call him a point guard, but Garrison Sharp is a scorer as well.
Sure. Yeah, great stroke. He's making the plays down the stretch here for Cullman.
He is, and he can score it at every level. He's got all the tricks in his bag. You can tell he is the son of a college coach. Cullman turning the pressure up now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a run out coming from Denton Johnson at some point. He loves to get those quick run outs. Right now. And Garrison Sharp has been waiting on that one all night. Jalen Jones has been posting up. Oh, and we're going to have a chance. Who else but Nixon made a bunch of big shots all night, and Keel with the rebound. Into Keel bringing it up against Eccles. Here's Dunson. Dunson.
Stu was looking for a 10-second call right there.
Tough shot. Dunson on the miss. Jalen Jones, there's Eccles going coast to coast is Eccles.
Jump stop alert.
Jump stop alert. Colton Eccles, big bucket. And Cullman off the game-tying three-pointer at the buzzer by Sharp. They have battled back from 11 points down to take the lead in overtime. It's chaos here. They're getting their hand on every ball. But here's Carrington Kill, and he wants to take the big shot for Ramsay. He misses. Time and score here. Do you go time and score? Tough shot. Great rebound by Eccles. And now it's Garrison Sharp time. I don't see you up there. You can't let Garrison Sharp get it if you're Ramsay. Duskin with it now. There's Eccles. And Eccles is going to be fouled by Dunson.
I got a question for you, Bart.
Ask it.
In what quarter does the jump stop work the most or the best in?
It's not even close. Fourth quarter.
And overtime.
And overtime.
It always works.
It works all the time, but it definitely works when people are tired because it costs a lot of energy if you're running to stop and guard, and it's just like you talk about in football when a receiver knows where he's going. Jump stop's always effective, but I love your point about positive things happen late in games if you continuously keep getting to that jump stop.
It allows you to be under control.
It does.
So that was good to see Eccles use a jump stop late in the game that he's had some rough moments in, but hey, this kid works on his game. He's been probably a fan of the jump stop for quite some time. Leads to a bucket. Heck of a game.
It is a heck of a game, and speaking of HycheHoops, as you see Eccles here, watch this. He gets to also a couple of jump stops, I think. He goes to a pivot. There's somewhat of a jump, and there's your real jump stop. Just never quit attacking. And you can see the Ramsay defense wasn't down in the stance, it's overtime, maybe a little tired, but HycheHoops will be on the road doing a college game, Jason, possibly. I have an announcement coming out later this week. HycheHoops may be doing a Division I game. We'll see. What do you think about that?
Well, give us a hint. Where's it going to be? Or can I give the hint? You're going to have to dress a little warmer. Correct?
I will have to dress a little warmer. I will. It is, I'll say this. There ain't a whole lot where I'm going. There's a lot of red, a lot of flat ground, and a new football coach.
And their football team sucks too, right?
Not very good. So there you go. Where will HycheHoops end up? You'll have to check us out Wednesday, but December 20th, HycheHoops will be on the road.
So this is Carrington Kill's shot right here. Down 3.
I like going to get a 2 here. Where's the matchup here, though? I like Carrington Kill on Eccles matchup. I like Jalen Jones matchup. And there's a huge shot. Great reversal by Kill. That's going to be Ramsay ball. Great extra pass by Carrington Kill to trust his teammate Jaden Williams.
A senior trusting in a sophomore with
I like
big
that.
potential. That's going to lead to some big things for Ramsay.
Excellent point,
You got to
Jason.
trust your teammates. And this kid is a special talent.
I trust my teammate Big Dub.
I would have thrown it to him a bunch. I think
My stats got a lot. My stats were really good because I did throw it to you all the time. Oh, he got hit. That's a good call. And that time, excellent play by Montez Dunson. I know you weren't a big leg kick guy. I know you're not, but at my size, I was. And I had to sometimes position my body to land in ways that I could get fouled. That's 3 points right there if you get fouled. 2 guys running at you? Absolutely.
That was definitely a veteran play by Tez right there.
Yes, totally. Got to knock the free throw down. Maybe a little bit of fatigue. setting in somewhat. What a game we've had.
Big one right there. Tez was one of the football guys.
Jalen Jones, QB Reese, not wanting to leave a lot of those guys out, but played integral parts.
You hate to see somebody lose this game right here.
I mean, I know that's what I was. Earlier, I was like, man, I don't really want anybody to lose this game because, Ramsay deserved to probably win it, for a long time in that second half, but they just got a jump ball. Oh my goodness. Just got a jump ball. Cullman ball off the possession. The people you hear in the background are not part of our crew, folks.
There's a run out.
They feel about like the referees, just like Jason does. Oh, there's a steal. And it could have been a foul. QB Reese, he missed it. He's had a hard time finishing the layups tonight. And there is a foul. And we've got bodies everywhere. Guys going after the ball. And mark my words, QB Reese, tough night tonight finishing. It's not really in basketball feel yet. Might have got it. That's actually great defense that time by Cagle. It looks like he went straight up and in the battle for the rebound. Cullman's going to win this game, Jason. It looks like 0.6 to go. Be very difficult for Ramsay. And how about the Cullman Bearcats and how they battle?
Well, that last possession pretty much sums it up for both teams. I mean, you got three guys diving into a bench for a loose ball. Two really good teams that you're going to see a lot of.
Yeah, folks, it's been so great to be here with you tonight. Our post-game show this evening will be brought to you by DMS Color. Our coach interview of the game will be brought to you by Mossio Golf. And then we will have a player of the game. If it's Cullman, I know who mine is.
No question.
I think it's... I think it's going to be the play of the game. To me, Jason, I'm going to think on that one. We'll have to have a play of the game. But the Cullman Bearcats have come in here and won. Big shot in overtime. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming right back in just a minute. We will hear from our player of the game and from our winning coach, Coach Stu Studeman, when we return.
So Garrison will sit in the middle.
Yeah, I'm out.
You just want me to do it? No, it's just Garrison.
Just me and you again.
Yeah, and then this too. We're gonna stand up. Stand up.
Worst referees I've ever seen. They're in house. Every call.
Garrison. Garrison first. We'll do him real quick. We're going to do him real quick.
Got you.
All right, folks, we are back here with our player of the game who was responsible for the play of the game at the end. Garrison Sharp, my man. Gotten to know you over the last few months since you knocked my highlighter out of my hand, as I told everybody, state championship game. But, you know, just talk about a win like this to come back from down 10, because y'all had problems with that pressure tonight.
Man, it felt like our team had never even dribbled a ball before. Their pressure is unreal. It's you think you buy somebody, here comes somebody else.
Right.
And then you think you got an open pass, they're shooting the gap. It's unbelievable. You can't practice for it. There's no way to practice and be ready for that. You just got to stick it out. How much were we down? 10?
10. 11 at one point.
11. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm sitting on the bench in a timeout. I thought we were done. We were done. We come out, hit a couple of shots, back in it with that pressure. Luckily, we came out on top.
I think, Garrison, your conditioning as a team. I know y'all battled some sickness.
Yeah.
I know you got a sick coach tonight.
Yeah.
But, you know, having to battle things like that, you know, we pointed that out late in the game. I said, Cullman's probably the fresher team right here. And you bagged some big shots for your team right there. Really, really good game for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the conditioning, even now, even if we did look conditioned, we feel just so drained. We've had just about everybody sick over the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's been a struggle. We went about 2 weeks without having the whole team at practice, just a couple of guys missing here and there. And I think we're finally kind of getting our legs back under us a little bit, so it'll be good.
Well, you got a HycheHoops.com shirt coming somehow in the midst of the rain. I see you got your Shooter's Paradise already. Player of the game there, and our player of the game at HycheHoops.com. I will get your T-shirt. The rain got me messed up a little bit, which I hate. But take us through that last play. I think we may even have a clip of it if we can go to it here. Take us through what happened.
This is regulation. In the regulation.
Yes.
Okay.
This is regulation. So is this a called play?
Yeah,
or?
it was called. It got it messed up though. I'm going hand off to Jake, and I clear out, and then they set a flare screen over the top for Jake after he swings it. But it kind of got messed up. We didn't get the screen over here, so I just kind of filled back up, and he hit me. I saw a couple guys running at me, and I shot faked it and got to open look.
But the shot fake though, and it wasn't much of one.
No.
But why were you comfortable? I know you saw him coming at you, but did you know exactly how much time there was? Look at that big shot.
I knew there was a couple of seconds left. I knew I wasn't going to have a clean look if I shot the first one, so I gave a little pump fake. They bid on it, so just went with it.
Shot fakes and jump stops matter a little bit. Why do they matter so much?
I don't really know.
We talk about it all the time, though, bro. Like, just
it gives you a second chance. You don't have to go with your first instinct.
But Jason made a point, like a really good point, and maybe you can elaborate on this. In the fourth quarter, go to your jump stop. In the fourth quarter. Why, does that make, like, that's where I'm kind of going with that.
Yeah, your legs are a little bit tired. You're out of breath. Just give a shot fake, go jump. You can get to the free throw line, or you can take your time after he jumps, get a little bit better of a look.
Jason, anything else from you, bud?
Man, big shot, Garrison. That was Bart touched on the time, how you knew that you still had time to get that. That's just a basketball play, man. No panic on y'all's end. You gutted one out against a really good team in Ramsay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing y'all play and Ramsay play as the year progresses. But great job. We're proud of you. Big win.
Yes, sir.
We're proud of you. We're going to let Garrison out of here, and then we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Coach Stu Studeman, and we will close this thing out. HycheHoops, our player of the game, Garrison Sharp, kept his team in it and got the dub.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Thank y'all.
Live back here at Gunnersville for our last segment with state champion coach Stu Studeman. His team is Cullman Bearcats number 1 in 6A right now, and just what a gutty win. I don't think a lot of people out there, not taking anything away from Ramsay, of course, but you guys have been through it, injury, sickness. You're sick right now. Man, how did y'all do it? Because you were down 11 and they were giving it to you, but how did the chaos come back?
Guts, man. We got guys who pay the price in the fall and in the summer, and they just have bled for this. So we're just never going out. We're never going out that way. We're down 11, so what? We got guys who just have bled for this game and for each other. They're just not going away ever. And that was, we've been having some question marks about our toughness and our maturity level, and they answered that tonight. Proud of them.
It wasn't your best game,
No.
but down the stretch, I can hear it in your voice. I see it in your eyes, and how big this win is. To reload and come back and get this type of win against that team, you got to be proud of them.
Absolutely. They do a lot of good things that we haven't seen, and we can't simulate in practice.
Yes,
So,
that's what Garrison was saying.
It's a very physical game. First time we've really been challenged 94 feet, or in this case, 84 feet. And first time we've been challenged like that, where people get in our grill and foul us, and we got to be tougher. And obviously, it wasn't a Mona Lisa. You don't have to always paint a Mona Lisa.
That's right.
But that was great for us. It was fantastic for the state of Alabama basketball. I appreciate everyone putting this on, because events like this is what make it worth doing it,
We had Robbie on at halftime. He mentioned the same thing. Jason?
Stu, I watch you guys play, man, the signature of your toughness. Both teams, Ramsay's a tough team, but, Cullman, the chaos, I didn't think y'all were going to go away. Down 11, you had seniors make big shots. You had young kids make big shots, big possessions defensively. Just a heck of a basketball game. Playoff feel.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. They guys, these I can't, we told our guys in the huddles, like, we got to dig deep and get nasty on our inbound denials. And it really hurt them towards the end of the game. And we were able to get some turnovers, some steals late. They had some floated passes that we were able to get, and then we had guys make plays and grow up. Everyone who played in the game contributed, and the guys who didn't play in the game stayed in it. We have guys on our bench going, we're in it, don't worry, we're good, keep chopping the leg, keep coming at them, we're good. And they didn't even play 1 second. And when you can get that kind of commitment and buy-in from people who haven't played 1 second of the game, our guys are just always going to believe.
Last thing, talk a little bit about Garrison Sharp, man, and just when he decided to take over. But what I was so impressed with, Stu, when he started understanding that he could get lower. Jason made a point about him getting low and get fouled and get those 2 free throws, or I think it was 6 free throws or 4. He knew what he was doing, right? But then the patience at the end, it looked like some of a set play that might have kind of got discombobulated, but at the end it was the same result, and the kid never panicked with 3 seconds to go. Why?
Yeah, because he's a coach's kid.
But we touched on that.
He's lived this life, and he's just a baller. He's the best player. He's the best point guard in the state. And, we don't really self-promote our guys, but he should be in the conversation of Mr. Basketball in this state. And I know that's a reach. But
liked it came here on HycheHoops.
He's playing 28.
Played like it tonight.
Yeah, 26 minutes a game. He's doing almost everything for us. He's making shots, and not to mention, he basically spent 2 weeks out with the flu. And he's a winner. And he works. He's bled for this. This is what he does. So nothing surprises me with him. He's a big time player. He's my guy. I'll pick. You can line them all up in the line.
That's your dude.
I'm rolling with him.
Slim, you call him Slim
Reaper.
That's the dude.
We call him. Slim Reaper. I almost went somewhere with it. I probably shouldn't have.
That's it.
G Monster. How about that?
Hey, I
You'll
love
know what
that.
I'm talking about.
I love that. Well, Jason, you got anything else for Coach?
Man, this was a great ball game. 2 teams that I expect to see in Birmingham. It's great to get this kind of battle, at the first part of the year, and it builds character. It builds your team towards this stretch run y'all going to have. So
Absolutely.
Awesome game, Coach.
Guys, thank you so much for doing this.
Well, hey.
You know how much I love you two guys, and I love that y'all love ball, and this is fantastic. Thank you for doing this for Alabama basketball and for believing in our program, being such supporters of our program and our players, giving us a platform. Hopefully we can keep improving. If this is the highlight of our season, then we're going to be really sad in March and February.
I love that point.
However, this is a statement win for our program and our team this year.
Well, we've come a long way from walking it out in Columbia, Missouri, haven't we,
Hey,
brother?
man, Shiloh's. Hey, don't get me fired.
Hey, we love Stu. We love his program, and we're just so proud of you, man. You've done some things at Cullman that nobody ever thought would be done, and just a gutsy win tonight. The chaos took over in the end. For Jason Yarbrough, Stu Studeman, and Bart Hyche, great win tonight for the Cullman Bearcats, and we will see them again soon, as you'll see this last play one last time. Dorota Sharp, shot fake, get them set.
Water.
Knock it down. And we'll see y'all next time. HycheHoops, thank y'all for joining us. WOTM, we will be live with the Burst of the Day tomorrow. See you then. HycheHoops, peace out.